There's a couple things I had to do today. I closed my AI position. We'll get into the details on that in a minute. I found out that my settled cash was negative. This means I'm getting charged margin, so I decided to go ahead and liquidate some of the TFLO. So we'll get into the details on that too in this video. So we can see here we're up almost $41 on the day. I've got $11,625 in the bank account here. I closed my AI position. Year to date, $22 there collected, so close that for $22. SoFi is in the money now. It went down just below $7, which is not a problem at all. This option expires this coming Friday, and I have no problem owning these shares of SoFi. Either way, I can roll them out. I'm not worried about that at all. And you can see that even though that it's in the money, I got a good deal on it, and I'm actually in the green still. So I'm not worried about SoFi at all. With TFLO, I have 150 shares instead of the 225 shares that I had yesterday. I closed some positions for that margin requirement. Tesla still holding my 20 shares, looking good there. I'm up $26 on the day. I bought back my AI put for 4 cents. So I paid $4 to get out of the position, collecting the $22 that you just saw. TFLO, I closed 25 shares to see my settled cash position there, and then my 50 shares, I ended up closing 50 shares there to cover my margin. So how I find that out, and based on the TastyTrade platform, and I haven't been charged any margin yet, but if you click on the BAL here, the balance tab here, it gives you details on your account where it says settled cash balance. If this is ever negative, that means you're in margin and you're going to be charged for margin interest. So you can see here I have $3 here for margin interest. I saw that this morning and I decided to act on that. My cash value here this morning was negative, 3,500 or, pretty close to whatever this was. So I sold my TFLO shares until I got a positive cash value here. So what I'm expecting here is on Monday that my settled cash balance is going to be back up to, around $300 here. I may have to sell more TFLO in order to open up a new position on the option side. So since I closed my position with AI, I can now shop around for around a $21 stock. So if Palantir ends up going down after earnings comes out, I will probably be selling puts on Palantir there. So we'll just see how it comes out. I'm pretty sure the stock is going to rip up after earnings comes out, but we'll just see how that goes. And there's a chance, depending on how it acts on Monday, I could open the position on Monday before earnings comes out. We'll just see how confident I feel in what the stock is going to do. So I believe the earnings comes out at the end of the day on Monday, so I have a chance to at least see how the market is responding to the earnings coming out. So looking at AI, the chart is up, and I noticed that the option that I had was only trading for 4 cents at the time. So I was like, am I going to hold this for $4? Am I going to hold the same risk and hold it until Friday for $4? And I decided, you know what? If I can get it filled at $4, buy it back at $4, I'll close the position. And that's exactly what happened. So shortly after I put in my limit order, I got filled for $4. I'm out of the position. No more risk. And that's the name of the game. I don't want to have to hold on to the stock and the options just for that $4. So I decided to collect the money that I've gotten, settle that, and keep the $22, and I can move on for another stock. Like we have Palantir coming out. That's one I'm going to be watching Monday. I may open a position before earnings just because I really wouldn't mind owning the stock no matter what the price. I think it's at a great price right now. So anyways, I've got some cash opened up here to be able to open another option position. So you can see here with SoFi, it opened up higher. It went up to the 21 EMA and then it ended up falling down. So that's not really good to see. It kind of shows a little bit of weakness there. But again, not too worried about it. I want to own these shares. So if I end up getting in the money and getting assigned, I can sell calls on one of them and then just own the 100 shares. That's probably where I'm going to go because I really don't want to miss out on opportunities with SoFi when it does actually start going up. And like I said, with Palantir, we are seeing some good signs here that we're going to have a good turnout with earnings coming out. We have strength coming up here. It was a red candle, but we have the price up higher from where it closed, and we're settling around the 50-day moving average. So it's really going to be telling what we see on Monday. Is the stock going to go down before earnings comes out? Are we going to see it stabilize here at the 50-day moving average? What are we going to see Monday that's going to be telling, and whether or not I actually open a position on Palantir with options before earnings comes out? So again, with Tesla, nothing too exciting here. I got $26 today, unrealized. It's higher than it closed yesterday, but still consolidating, right? It's still hovering around. It's letting those moving averages get closer to the current price. We see it moving up closer. The ADMA is crossing the 50-day moving average. The 21-day is still moving up. So it's good to see that kind of moving up there in a trend. And so it's good to see that stability in the stock price right now, especially after such a very large move up. And now we're coming down and settling. So really good to see. We would expect to see a pullback after such a move like this. The fact that it's holding these levels and it's above the 50-day moving average, it's a really good sign. So that was a really big thing today. I was getting margin interest, I believe. So I closed some TFLO shares. No big deal. I wanted to see how many shares I could hold of that and not get charged margin. You can see that I had $3 there. I'm waiting to see that charge actually show up. So I don't know if they charge that monthly, but I am going to be keeping a closer eye on that because I don't want the margin interest to overtake my profits, especially on TFLO where I'm not getting a huge amount of money by holding it. It's a safe place to hold my money, but if I'm using margin and it's charging me interest, it's not worth it. So I could be selling more TFLO shares there. I'll be really watching Palantir Monday. That's going to be the big thing for me, watching Palantir, watching the price action before earnings comes out, and whether or not to open a position before or after. Either way, I do want a piece of Palantir, and I wouldn't mind owning the shares at the $20 range, whether it's $23, $21, $20. It's not a bad place to be with that stock. So I'm a new options trader, and I am learning as I grow. I'm wanting to grow my account, selling put options, doing the wheel strategy, owning good stocks like Tesla, Palantir, SoFi, and growing my account. If you want to follow me on this learning journey, hit the subscribe button. If this video was a help to you, hit the like button, and we will see you on the next video.